Hi everyone, so as you know, throughout the year I do the book reviews, and today's book is called A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. So Eckhart Tolle is probably more famously known for his book The Power of Now, which is a fantastic book. I would recommend it to you. So this book, I gave it, I'm trying to think, I gave it 8 out of 10. And I'm not gonna read loads from the book. You can see it's quite a thick book. It's similar to lots of spiritual books where they are just going into lots of depth, but I do like the fact that you almost have to be familiar with some of these authors in order for you to enjoy the book, because the type of writing and the style of writing and the material is not going to be everyone's cup of tea, if you like. So it's saying that the quicker you are in attaching verbal or mental labels to things or situations, the more shallow and lifeless your reality becomes, and the more deadened you become to reality, the miracle of life that continuously unfolds within and around you. In this way, cleverness may be gained, but wisdom is lost, and so are joy, love, creativity and aliveness. So there's 10 main chapters, but then in those chapters they're all broken down into sub-chapters. So you've got a total of like 317 chapters in total, consisting of the main and then the subtitles. So there's some of the chapters include your inner purpose, a new earth, the discovery of inner space, finding who you truly are and breaking free. So as you can tell from the chapters, they are very, it goes into depth. And what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to read you a few of the chapters from here. This is going to be a bit tricky now. This is why I normally do these sat down, but don't know if this works or not. So it talks about complaining and resentment. So this is an interesting one. It says complaining is one of the ego's favorite strategies for strengthening itself. Every complaint is a little story the mind makes up that you completely believe in. Whether you complain aloud or only in thought makes no difference. Some egos that perhaps don't have much else to identify with easily survive on complaining alone. When you are in the grip of such an ego, complaining, especially about other people, means you don't know what you're doing. Applying negative mental labels to people, either to their face or more commonly when you speak about them to others, is often part of this pattern. And he goes on to talk about the meaninglessness of things like complaining about others, complaining about your situation. He, in The Power of Now, which is one of the main books, he talks about just accepting now, just accept the moment, embrace uncertainty, embrace everything about life. Complaining isn't going to move you to another level. Complaining about your situation isn't going to help you to do anything about it. So when he talks in The Power of Now, he says a tree is just a tree. It's just there. It's just doing what it needs to do. As people, we'll complain about things and it will make us feel worse. And he said if you didn't keep talking about that thing that's bothering you, then you wouldn't actually feel as much anxiety about the thing. It's your response to it. So it's a really interesting way of looking at things. And so the next part that I'm just going to read from it, if I can find it. This is not done very well this time round, but oh gosh, I bet I can't find it. Is the breaking free. So from this chapter it says the beginning of freedom from the pain body lies first of all in the realization that you have a pain body, then more important in your ability to stay present enough, alert enough to notice the pain body in yourself as a heavy influx of negative emotion when it becomes active. When it is recognized, it can no longer pretend to be you and live and renew itself through you. It is your conscious presence that breaks the identification with the pain body. When you don't identify it, the pain body can no longer control your thinking and so cannot renew itself anymore by feeding on your thoughts. So all that really is about is the connection we have between our body and ourself and our mind. And he talks a lot about this in The Power of Now and in this book. It's this idea that we're all in Power of Now, he talks about this idea of when people say that wasn't me, or they say that was out of my character. And he says that nothing is never not you, because it is you, but you just don't want to identify with that part of who you are. And it's really deep, because when I first read that, I was thinking, wow, it's true we use things like that wasn't us, or that's out of my character, or that's not me. Well, it is you, but it's just that you have shame, or you have negative connotations towards that thing or that behavior you did. Whereas if you was always in alignment with yourself, there's no issue there, because you wouldn't feel shame or anxiety or anything, because you would say, do you know what, this is how I'm feeling right now, I'm upset. This is how I'm feeling at the moment, I'm vulnerable. This is how I'm feeling today, I'm angry. You know, or this is how I'm behaving today, I need some quiet. But it's all you. It's still, you know, it's not about disassociating with the pain and the suffering. It's about not embracing it, but almost just acknowledging that it's there. So all he's trying to say is, do not separate yourself from yourself by using terms that are taking you further away from who you are. Just be in alignment with everything, you know, good days, the bad days, the good parts about you, the bad. I've never separated the things. I'll never say, any negative sides of myself, I'm going to accept them. So if I've done something wrong, or if I've acted in a certain way, I'm always going to take that on board. I'm always going to say, do you know what, yes, yesterday I didn't speak in that way. I'm someone that will apologise if I need to, but I'll never say, oh well, it's because of this, or it's because of that, or it's your fault, or it's not really who I am, or making excuses, because then you're taking yourself further away from who you are. So I mean, Eckhart Tolle, he's got loads and loads of stuff on YouTube. I mean, this guy, he's got interviews with Oprah. I think she got famous off him. Basically, she's doing these 3-hour interviews. Not famous off him, but she used, obviously they were both like famous. But he does meditation stuff. He's got these books. And as I said, this book, A New Earth, I've given it 8 out of 10. The only reason I didn't give it higher, because as I said, this year with these book reviews, I think I've only given 3 books a 10 out of 10, and I've read about 39 or 40 books. I think I'm on about 41 books. I've given 3 that I can think of 10 out of 10. The majority though have all been like 7 or 8. Now what I'd advise to everyone is, if you're into books, but even if you're not into books, you're just into knowledge, you're just into learning, you can go on audio, you can listen to audio books. You don't have to buy them. Like I've bought most of them. I've listened to a few audio books. It's about what you gain. What I've gained in the last 8 months from reading these books and from listening to the audio books, the knowledge is stuff that I would never have gained had I not been doing these book reviews. Now next year I'll be doing a different challenge, because every year I'll do something weekly that is like a challenge. I'll put myself out there, but for this year I would really highly recommend it. Get into your book reading, get into like listening to the audiobooks, use the knowledge that you've learned and put it into practice. So thanks for watching everyone, and if you want to leave comments, I'd really welcome your comments. Let me know what you think. If you've read this book as well, let me know what you think of it. Thanks for watching. Bye.